can't believe I'm making this video, bruh. Gervonta Davis took his second loss, bruh. He lost to Pitbull Cruz. A lot of people don't know that. Go rewatch that Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He literally gave everybody the game plan to beat Tank, and nobody ran off with it. All you got to do is just pressure this nigga. Anyway, congratulations to Lamont Roach, man. Lamont Roach beat Gervonta Tank Davis last night. I watched the entire fight. Listen, guys. When you watch boxing, right? To the casual boxing fans that's watching this video, what you have to understand is with boxing, it's a corrupt sport, right? It's been corrupt since it started. It's going to be corrupt when it finishes, right? Just like every other sport, right? Every sport is corrupt, right? But what you guys got to understand is boxing is a business before anything, right? And boxing is not going to do things or allow things that is going to hurt the business, right? Now, Gervonta Davis is the face of the PBC, right? Some people think he's the face of boxing. I say he's the face of PBC boxing, right? Along with Canelo Alvarez, right? But I say he's the face because he's younger than Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is on his way out. You dig what I'm saying? He's gonna retire any day. You feel me? So I already knew, and I said it. You guys can go check my Twitter. Go on Twitter and type in Days Chris Dior. I literally said it before they announced who won the fight. I said they either gonna give the fight to Tank or it's gonna be a draw, because if Gervonta Tank Davis loses to Lamont Roach or anybody, PBC boxing is going extinct. It's done. Al Heyman is done, right? Which is why the referee didn't count Gervonta Davis kneeling as a knockdown, right? Because that specific judge with them big ass goofy lopsided eyes, he's a PBC judge, bro. Everybody knows that, bro, right? So sure enough, they said it was a draw, right? Now I knew this was corrupt when they gave the 9th round to Gervonta. How do you give the 9th round to Gervonta Davis when Lamont Roach was beating him up? Lamont Roach almost dropped his ass, bro, in the 9th round, bro, and they gave that round to Tank. I'm like, these guys really just gave that round to Tank? Anyway, man, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys right now why Gervonta Tank Davis lost this fight, right? Right, without even going into detail to what happened in the actual fight. The reason why Gervonta Tank Davis lost this fight is because he didn't take Lamont Roach seriously. Why? He already beat Lamont Roach 2 times in the amateurs, right? He beat him in the amateurs twice. Lamont Roach, this was his first fight at 135. He was coming up for 130. Lamont Roach had a harder time beating Hector Garcia than Gervonta Davis did. Gervonta Davis knocked out Hector Garcia, and Lamont Roach lost to Jamel Herring, right? So on top of that, both of these dudes grew up together, right? Obviously, Tank is from Baltimore. Lamont Roach is from D.C. These guys grew up with each other in the amateurs. These guys are like pretty much from the same area, and these guys are friends, right? Which is why you didn't see Gervonta Davis being super aggressive. When you look at Gervonta Davis before fights, he's usually, doing everything in his power to intimidate his opponent. Go look at how he treated Frank Martin. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't do none of that this fight because these guys are friends. But what Gervonta Davis had a hard time doing is, number one, Lamont Roach is his homeboy. Number two, he underestimated Lamont Roach. He didn't respect Lamont Roach. He looked at Lamont Roach how everybody looked at Lamont Roach. Every hardcore boxing fan, besides like actual boxers, right? Guys like Shakur Stevenson and shit like that, right? We all looked at Lamont Roach as a cherry pick for Gervonta Davis, right? Based off of what he did at 130 in his resume, right? So Gervonta Davis wasn't taking this guy serious. And when he got in that ring last night and he realized Lamont Roach was way better than he thought he was, he couldn't flip that switch. And because he was playing around with him building up to this fight, you see, as a boxer, you always have to be, and I hate to say this, I don't want to get my channel, flagged or anything. So let's put it like this. As a boxer, you always have to be on demon time, bro. You always got to be in the mood as if you're about to go turn somebody's TV off, because you're fighting, right? Your opponent, guys, every time these guys step in a boxing ring, they can possibly die, right? So you got to go into the ring with the intention, damn, this dude trying to kill me. I'm a get him before he get me type shit. You feel me? And the problem with this fight is Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't thinking like that, bruh. Gervonta Tank Davis, he looking at it like, man, this my homeboy. I already beat his ass in the amateurs. He coming up from 130. Man, it's going to be a walk in the park, man. And we all know Gervonta Davis always loses the early rounds. So he was like, man, I'm going to just play around with him for 4 or 5 rounds, and then I'm going to stop him in the 8th or 9th. Right? But when he got in there and he couldn't figure out Lamont Roach, right? He couldn't figure him out. And then at the same time, Lamont Roach is hitting him with some shit. Lamont Roach is beating him by the rounds. Lamont Roach, he almost dropped Tank a couple times. And legally he did drop Tank. When Tank took that knee, that's a drop. He got dropped. Let's just call it what it is, guys. Lamont Roach made Tank take a knee, which is counted as a knockdown, right? And he ain't gonna be honest and say why he did that. He's saying that hair grease got in his eyes. Guys, ain't no motherfucking hair grease went in Tank's eyes, bruh. Tank was hurt and he needed some time to recover, bruh, right? Because a lot of people didn't pay attention. Lamont Roach was hitting Tank with a lot of body shots. A lot of people wasn't paying attention to that. Tank was getting hit with some serious body shots. And I think he took a knee because his body was hurting. He just didn't want to keep it real and tell people what it is. That man was hurt. You know what I'm saying? That man was hurt. So, Tank realized, bruh, like, you can't underestimate your opponent, bruh. And if Tank looks at Lamont Roach as such a friend or a homeboy like that, he should have never fought him. Because this ain't no fight that anybody asked for. We asked you to fight Shakur Stevenson. We asked you to fight Devin Haney. Obviously he didn't get the fight with Lomachenko, you feel me? But you decided to, fight your homeboy who's from your area, and you had a hard time, flipping that switch on. I also seen that, Tank been smoking weed recently. I think that played a role in how things went last night, because I never seen this dude publicly smoke. I know he used to drink, back when he was hanging out with, with Adrian Broner and all that, but I didn't know this nigga smoke weed, bro. You understand what I'm saying? As a boxer, bro, smoking weed, bro, is not good for you, bro, because it's gonna slow down. It's gonna slow down your motor skills. It's gonna slow down your reaction skills, bro. And that's another thing I noticed last night. Tank, he was. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I'm gonna just say what it is. Tank was fighting like he was scared last night, bro. He was fighting like he was First of all, when you look at the early rounds, he was just way too comfortable, bro. And then once he realized this dude Lamont Roach wasn't playing with him, because when you look up to the lead up to this fight, Lamont Roach is very respectable. Lamont Roach was both of these guys are very respectable. But you can see in Lamont Roach's eyes, he flipped that switch. Lamont Roach was trying to get Tank up out of there, bruh. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to apologize to Lamont Roach, because first of all, I never seen a Lamont Roach fight. I just looked up his box rec. I seen he lost to Jamel Herring. I seen that he had a tough time beating Hector Garcia compared to Tank. I never watched the full fight from Lamont Roach. But he proved me wrong, bruh. And guys, did y'all notice how big Lamont Roach looked in that ring compared to Tank? Bruh, Lamont Roach, he should have been moved up to 135. I think he could even move up to 140. He looked like the bigger guy last night, man. He is stronger. He had bigger muscles. You feel me? He just looked bigger than Tank, bruh. And I think him moving up to 135, I think that made Lamont Roach's power go up. You understand what I'm saying? Because Tank was feeling it, bruh. Like I said, Tank almost got dropped at least 2 times. He took a knee, which counts as a knockdown. And Lamont Roach was throwing them things, bruh. Lamont Roach was throwing them things, bruh. And I like how every time him and Tank got tied up and Tank was trying to hold on to him, he was punching him in his side, punching him in his back, punching him in the back of his head, punching him on the side. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. Lamont Roach was bullying Gervonta Tank Davis last night, bruh. Last night, we saw the bully get bullied, nigga. Let's just call it what it is, y'all. We seen the motherfucking bully get bullied last night, nigga. Let's just call it what it is, bruh. We saw the bully get bullied last night, man. So, That's why Gervonta Tank Davis lost this fight. I had Lamont Roach winning this fight by 3 rounds. So I guess that would count as I guess you would say what, a minor decision or a split. Somebody let me know in the comment section. I don't really get into all of that shit. But the fact of the matter is Lamont Roach won this fight, bruh. He won this fight. I had him winning by 3 rounds. Some people might have had him winning by more than that. But, you know, Gervonta Davis underestimated his opponent, man. And that's why they say, never underestimate your opponent, bruh, no matter who it is, bruh. Just because a nigga coming up from a different weight class, that don't mean nothing. You feel me? If a nigga is like, one thing I can say about Lamont Roach, bruh, that is a confident man, bro. That dude is super confident, bro. That man looked so confident in that ring last night, bro. I was just looking at his eyes and his body language. I'm like, bruh, in his mind, body, and soul, this man really believes that he could beat Tank, and he showed it last night, bruh. He showed it. That man had Tank acting out of character, bruh. Tank was frustrated in his corner, him and Calvin Ford, and they was getting into arguments and shit like that. I think that's another thing that played into the fact that Tank lost, is him not having Calvin Ford and the other guy as his trainer like they usually are. He got Ben Davison up in there. That was a mistake. That's what happens when you switch trainers for no reason. Why the fuck is Tank switching trainers for, bruh? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What the fuck you getting rid of? What the fuck you pushing Calvin Ford to the side for? And Kenny Ellis? What you pushing them dudes to the side for when they haven't done nothing wrong? They haven't done nothing wrong. The only thing that they possibly could be doing wrong is asking you to pay them more. And that's what the rumor is. The rumor is that they wasn't the full trainers for this fight because they was asking Tank for a pay raise and he didn't want to give it to him. That's what they saying. You know? So, yeah, man. What a great night of boxing last night, man. Guys, I was so surprised, bruh. Like, when Lamont Roach was doing his thing the first 4 or 5 rounds, I didn't really get too excited because we seen Frank Martin do the same exact thing. Frank Martin was winning them early rounds. And I was like, man, Tank playing with him. I was like, Tank just filling him out, you know, figuring out what he trying to do. Tank playing with this nigga, man. I said, as the rounds go by, right around like round 6, 7, you're going to see Tank start applying pressure. And he tried, bruh. I will give Tank this credit. Tank tried to apply that pressure, bruh. He tried his best, bruh. He tried his best to apply that pressure. It just wasn't working out for the kid, man. He tried, bruh. I got to give credit when it's due. He tried his very best to apply pressure. It just wasn't working, man. He just wasn't able to turn it on, man. So, let me know what you guys think about this video. And this is why I've been telling y'all for years that Devin Haney would beat Gervonta Tank Davis. This why when Devin Haney was at 135 and he was calling out Tank the whole time, you know, this why Tank didn't want to fight Devin Haney. Tank know what Devin Haney got. Even when Devin Haney moved up to 140 and beat Regis, he said, bruh, I'll go back to 135 to make that Tank fight happen, bruh. Tank still ain't want to fight him. Then he ended up fighting who? Ryan Garcia. Now, you got a bunch of cocksuckers that's going to come in the comment, oh, Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia. They're going to just totally ignore the fact that Ryan Garcia was on steroids. You know? But that's a part of boxing. You got a lot of dumbass fans, but you got dumb fans in boxing, you got racist fans in boxing, you got the corrupt judges. This is just a part of the sport, so I don't even trip, you know? But, you know, they ignore the fact that Ryan Garcia came in overweight and was on steroids. They ignore that. But it is what it is, man. Let me know what y'all think about this video, man. It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. I'm on!